From Washington, this is VOA News. I'm Tommy McNeil reporting. U.S. President Donald Trump admits that he did in fact reimburse his personal attorney, Michael Cohen, a total of $130,000 that Cohen paid to adult actress Stormy Daniels to keep her quiet about an alleged one-night affair she had with Mr. Trump in 2006. AP's Sagar Magani reports.
The president tweets the money he repaid Michael Cohen had nothing to do with the campaign. He says Cohen received a monthly retainer from which he entered into a private contract between two parties, known as a non-disclosure agreement. The president said last month he knew nothing about $130,000 being paid to Daniels days before the election, but his new lawyer, Rudy Giuliani, told Fox News last night Trump had reimbursed Cohen for the payment. Sagar Magani at the White House.
U.S. officials have indicated that North Korea could soon release 3 detained Americans. A State Department spokesperson told VOA that there was nothing to announce at this time on the issue, but stressed that the 3 Americans unlawfully held by North Korea remain very much in the mind of the Trump administration. Tony Kim and Kim Hak-sung were teaching at the Pyongyang University of Science and Technology, the only private university in the country where the 3rd detainee, Kim Dong-chul, was arrested on the northeast tip of North Korea, in October 2015. He was sentenced to 10 years in prison with hard labor in 2016 after being convicted of espionage. Kim and Sung were separately detained in 2017. They were accused of participating in anti-state activities and trying to overthrow the North Korean government, accusations in which the Trump administration denies. This is VOA News. China's foreign ministry is vouching for North Korea as the North insists the Korean peninsula will be free of nuclear weapons.
Relations between China and North Korea have undergone a vast outward improvement following Kim's recent visit to Beijing. Kim's March trip was his first to his country's only major ally since taking power 6 years ago, kicking off a flurry of diplomacy. China is North Korea's biggest trading partner and has joined United Nations sanctions against the North that have cut trade between them by about 90%. Jeff Custer, VOA News.
A U.S. trade delegation arrived in China Thursday for talks on tariffs.
A breakthrough deal to fundamentally change China's economic policies is viewed as highly unlikely during the 2-day visit, though a package of short-term Chinese measures could delay a U.S. decision to impose tariffs on about $50 billion worth of Chinese exports. The discussions are expected to cover a wide range of U.S. complaints about China's trade practices, from accusations of forced technology transfers to state subsidies for technology development. Michael Brown, VOA News.
As a deadline approaches for President Trump to decide if the U.S. will continue to participate in the Iran nuclear deal, Iran's foreign minister is saying it will not renegotiate.
In the last year or so, we've been told that President Trump is unhappy with the deal. And it now appears that the response from some Europeans has been to offer the United States more concessions.
Mohammad Javad Zarif added on a YouTube post that Iran will neither outsource its security nor renegotiate or add on to a deal that they've already implemented in good faith. Mr. Trump has said he will pull out of the pact if amendments are not made, including a proposal to limit Iran's ballistic missile program, which Iran has maintained is a defensive deterrent. As the world marks Press Freedom Day, journalists around the world faced arrest, intimidation, or even death for doing their jobs. VOA's Aisha Tanzim has more from the annual Press Freedom Index published by Reporters Without Borders.
Countries at war are still the most dangerous places for the media. But war is far from the only threat to the freedom of press today. According to Freedom House, global press freedom has declined to its lowest point in 13 years. Only 13% of the world's population enjoys a press that is truly free. Aisha Tanzim, VOA News, Islamabad.
U.S. defense officials have accused China's military of targeting American military flight crews with a high-powered laser as they fly over the East African country Djibouti. Numerous intelligence sources have reported that China's military is suspected of operating the laser weapon at or near China's near military base. I'm Tommy McNeil, VOA News.
That's the latest world news from VOA.